Hey there and welcome to our Golf Live Picks segment. Ryan Asselta joined by Sean Zak, and we're getting you ready for this week's OHL Mayakoba down in Mexico. Nice field down there, Sean. Ricky Fowler appearing for the first time, and a lot of talented players in the top 50 going to be in this event. Let's talk about picks. Who do you like this week down near Cancun?
I like Gary Woodland. He contended last year at this event, and this year he's been kind of progressing. In each event, he's gotten a higher result than the week prior. Last week finishes top 20. I expect him to kind of figure out his driver. He hasn't played that well with the driver, and usually that's a great asset for him. So I think he makes that click. All of a sudden you see him in the top 10.
All right, I'm going with Charles Howell III. This is a guy who hasn't won on tour since 2007, so that maybe generate some questions. But he's kept his tour card. How's he done that? Top 20s, which he's done down in Mexico. 5 of the last 6 Mayakobas, he's had a top 20. He had a 7th place finish last year, and top 20s at the HSBC in Shanghai and the CJ Cup. He's playing well right now, and he likes Mexico. I like Charles Howell III this week. How about a guy a little further down the rankings, a value pick, so to speak, down there at Mayakoba?
Chesson Hadley just graduated from the Web.com tour, and right now he's the best player in the world that hasn't won in the past couple weeks. He goes 3 for 3 this year in top 5 finishes. So he's on a heater right now. And when it comes to guys on the PGA Tour that are hot, you got to grab them because everyone goes through lulls. So before he goes through his lull, put him on your team because he's making a lot of birdies right now.
Those of you out there that follow us, you know Sean likes a heater in these picks. All right, I like a guy who hasn't been on much of a heater. That's Graham McDowell. We really haven't heard of this guy since the 2010 U.S. Open, maybe at the Ryder Cup, but he likes Mayakoba. He won there in 2015, and he's got his game back in order a little bit. He missed the last 4 cuts of the season last year, but a T10 at the Shriners, a T15 at the Dunhill not too long ago. The game's back in order. I like GMAC to contend this week. How about a guy you don't like to contend? Hands off, no thank you.
Yeah, Russell Knox is usually really reliable at this time of year, but he just hasn't been. He's played 2 events so far, 0 top 50 finishes, so he just doesn't have it going.
All right, I'm saying to stay away from Charlie Hoffman. Great guy, donated a lot of money back to his hometown last week in Vegas, but he's missed the last 2 cuts at Mayakoba. Stay away from Charlie this week. All right, for Sean, I'm Ryan. We'll see you next week.